Welcome to the Heart of America Athletic Conference, where innovation meets tradition. Here, growth is not just measured in victories, but in the development of character and sportsmanship. Our student athletes compete at a championship level, pushing their limits every day. The Heart is committed to an uncommon student athlete experience that features some of the premier athletic programs in the NAIA. Our commitment to excellence goes beyond athletics, establishing a community of support and mentorship. But what truly sets us apart is the heart with which we play. Join us and experience the passion, the drive, and the spirit of champions. That passion and commitment extends off the playing field and into graduation. The Heart of America Athletic Conference. Champions in competition, leaders in life.
Cook Center, Bell Family Arena, and the Rocky Lamar Court for this afternoon's Heart of America Conference game versus Mount Mercy University Mustangs and your Pioneers. The Mustangs entered tonight's contest with a 2-16 overall record. They are 1-13 in the Heart. The Pioneers are 8-10 overall, 7-7 in the Heart. Now, will everyone please stand for the opening invocation, led by Senior Ministry Major Haley Smith from Junction City, Kansas, and then remain standing for the national anthem.
Pray with me. Dear Heavenly Father, I just want to thank you so much for this time that we were all able to gather together for this event. God, I just want to pray over our athletes that there will be no injury and that we will do everything to glorify you, God. Thank you so much for this day. Amen.
At the other guard, 6'2" sophomore from Cedar Rapids, Iowa, number 14, Elijah Ward. At the other guard, 6'4" sophomore from Townsville, Iowa, number 23, Aiden Yamakovsky. At forward, 6'6" sophomore from Germany, number 31, Hannes Bergman. Starting at guard, 6'2" sophomore from Boston, Massachusetts, number 3, Malachi Bryant. At the guard, 6'3" senior from Chicago, Illinois, number 11, Gary Clay. At the other guard, 6'4" sophomore from Olathe, Kansas, number 12, Isaiah Call. At forward, 6'5" freshman from Manchester, UK, number 25, Joe Buchanan. And at the other forward, 6'7" junior from Olathe, Kansas, number 35, Caden Caberline. The Pioneers are coached by Adam Hepker, assisted by Trey Brown and Gabriel Jordan. Tonight's referees are Aaron Citron, Chad Waller, and Michael Matthew.
Oh, welcome back into the Cook Center. You are on the campus of Mid-America Nazarene University here in Olathe, Kansas. We're set for some Heart of America Conference action between your host, the Pioneers, a 7-7 record here in the Heart, and the visiting Mount Mercy University Mustangs from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. And starting point guard Malachi Bryant has some issues with the basketball that was picked. They're going to switch him out. That's why you got to test him out beforehand. Let everybody feel it. And Pioneers running out a starting lineup. I love the distribution of where these guys are from. There's two guys from Olathe High Schools, Olathe South and Olathe Northwest. As Olathe South alum, Caden Caberline wins the tip. And then Malachi Bryant from Boston, Massachusetts, Gary Clay from Chicago, and the freshman standout from Manchester, England, Joe Buchanan, round out the starting five. Downhill in a hurry goes Malachi Bryant right to the rack for the bucket. Nasty quick first step. Malachi Bryant gets things started at the rim with the easy deuce. Mount Mercy comes into the ballgame struggling. 2-16 overall, 1-13 in Heart Conference play. Pioneers did win a close game up at Mount Mercy earlier in the year up in Cedar Rapids. It's a long road trip. That's why we got the early game, early tip-off time. The Pioneer women took care of business, moved to 15-0 in HAT conference play. And the Mustangs throw it out of bounds. There's some debate from the Mount Mercy sideline as to whether or not that ball was deflected. Officials say it was not. Turnover, Pioneer basketball. Staggered double out of the corner for Isaiah Cole. High post to Caberline. Pioneers run a lot of offense out of that pinch post area, 15-footer. And Joe Buchanan knocks down the triple. Pioneers leading scorer, the true freshman, 15 points a game. He's hit 45 threes already coming into tonight's game. Make it 46. 5-0 start for the Pioneers. 3 on the way from the big fella, Cameron Pearson, a 6'8 center. Doesn't go down. Pioneers off and running. Ball was deflected off the backboard. Mustangs come away with it. They're going to push the tempo. It's a nice shot fake and drive inside by Elijah Ward. He drops it off for Hans Bergman. Give all the credit for the sophomore guard, Ward, from Cedar Rapids, staying home playing for the Mustangs, and a nice drive and kick. Clay, empty side pick and roll. Gary's been really good offensively the last few games. He's averaging double figures, almost 11 a game. He's coming off the bench to start the season. He's a transfer first-year player for the Pioneers, but is a senior eligibility-wise and really come on strong as of late. Hit a big three to tie the game in a Pioneers close win last week. Maybe against Central Methodist. big time shot. And Isaiah Cole fouled on the baseline drive. That should reset the shot clock to 20. And Mount Mercy's not going to make it easy on me. That foul was on Aiden Yamakowski. Buchanan off the inbounds, missed everything that time. Quick trigger. Joe Buchanan doesn't hesitate at all. It's a shot off in a hurry. 1 for 2 now. Pioneer coaching staff. Of course, legendary player, head coach Adam Hepker, alongside Trey Brown, the head assistant. Trey with some threads on today. The checkered red and blue sport coat. I like that look. As Hannes Bergman, the forward from Germany, 6'6", pick and pop threat, has all 5 Mustang points, and we're tied at 5. Kaberline crosses over, gets to the rim, and the lefty finish. Caden Kaberline reaching deep in his bag like there's fries at the bottom. When Caden showed up in the Cook Center a couple years ago, I don't think I had put it on the deck from the top of the key, crossover, and one finish with the left hand in his repertoire. It's there now. Didn't get the free throw to go down, but it's 7-5 lead for the Pioneers. Nice move from the big fella. Spread pick and roll, hits the shake coming out of the corner, and the 3 left short by Yamakowski. There's Kaberline to clean it up. Malachi Bryant in transition, splits a couple Mustang defenders, got one off his feet, drops it off for Kaberline, and he's got back-to-back buckets. 9-5 lead for the Pioneers. The assist to Malachi. Kai, just a sophomore, transfer from Quincy Community College up in the Boston area, who had a great season there as a freshman. Hannes Bergman with all 7 for Mount Mercy. Ball is poked away. Gary Clay gonna save it. A lot of traffic. He finally gets rid of it to Bryant. Bryant to Buchanan, corner 3 left short. Pearson able to control it. Isaiah Cole was crashing from behind him. 3 on the way. That is a quick transition 3 from Yamakowski, off the mark. Both teams want to play fast. This one should end up in the 80s. Clay to Bryant, 3 ball from the top of the key. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Kai, a capable shooter, shot it great a season ago at Quincy. This season shooting only about 30% from downtown, but he's going to get hot. Johnson lays it up and in, his first 2. Both teams trading buckets now. Clay goes high post to Kaberline. There's that zoom action for Isaiah Cole. Cole was bumped off the spot, fouled by, who are they going to call that on? I thought for a second Pearson. Instead, it's going to be on Elijah Ward, his first. 3rd team foul on the Mustangs now, 4 minutes into this one. And Shane Stevenson checks into the ball game. Stevenson started the first 7 games of the year. Big fella from Minnesota, transfer from Roosevelt, and broke his hand, had surgery. This is his first game back, so that's a welcome sight for the Pioneers. Shane Stevenson back on the floor. Bryant rattles one out from the left slot, and we'll see Gerard Bosch check in at the next dead ball as well. Bosch, traditionally a starter on a conference title team a year ago and almost all of this year, but recovering from an ankle injury. Bryant picks up the personal, his first team foul. Sends Miles Deere to the line for 2. Deere fresh in off the bench, gets himself a trip to the line. As Bosch checks in for Isaiah Cole. One-point ball game now. Pioneers with a 12-11 lead. Pro cut, Clay, empty left side. Gets a screen from Bosch. Keeps it moving. 2-man game with Stevenson. Gary Clay drive and kick. Another 3 on the way from Bryant. Left it just short. Clean look at it. Didn't get it to go down. And Mount Mercy has a chance to take their first lead. Open three from the wing is buried by Hans Bergman. Bergman has 10 already. 6 minutes into the ball game, he's in double figures, 10 points. The Mustangs take an early lead. Clay, empty side pick and roll. It was a pick and pop, actually. Stevenson wanted to get an empty side pick and pop free that time, but Clay was fouled by Julia Ferrara. And that'll take us to the under 15 timeout. It's Mount Mercy an early 14-12 lead here in the Cook Center. Pioneer basketball inbounded on the sideline. Looking to overload a side. They think they wanted to go to Shane Stevenson, isolated on the block, couldn't get it to him. Being defended inside by Caden Schroeder. Three on the way from Gary Clay, off the mark. Elijah Voss in for the first time, battling for the rebound, but Mustangs come away with it. Nice pick and roll action, and the layup is going to go down for Kyler Whitman. It's just a simple spread pick and roll, all four corners filled and ball screen in the slot, but the pace in which it came, the Mustangs sprinted into that screen and rolled hard, didn't allow a help defense to come over and tag. There's some good offense from Mount Mercy. Stevenson inside, 4 blue jerseys around him, and there's Branton Van Dyke to clean it up, and that's a great pass from Van Dyke. My goodness. Branton corralled that in traffic and dropped one off on the baseline. Somehow it found Elijah Voss, who's going to go to the line for 2. Van Dyke in at the point guard spot for Bryant now. Branton had started a lot of games last year as a freshman. Makai Elmore went down with an injury, and Pioneers won a whole bunch in a row with Van Dyke at the helm. Of course, he was surrounded by pretty good team. A couple guys playing professionally now, and Anthony Brown, Caleb Jones-McCrary, a couple really good players that transferred, and Ed Wright and Makai Elmore. But Van Dyke was at the point guard duties on that squad, and he's there again right now. Full court press shown after the made free throw. Little 2-2-1 look. Miles Deere broke it himself, just dribbled through traffic, and there's a block shot. I don't think you can give a half block, like you can give a half sack in football, but if you could, I think Shane Stevenson and Branton Van Dyke both got a piece of that shot. Good defense on the out-of-bounds play. Pioneers blew it up. Step up screen right side. 2 on the ball for a moment, but able to recover. And all the way to the rim for the bucket goes Julio Ferreira. This Mount Mercy team doesn't make it easy on you to defend. They play a quick pace in the half court. I mean, they run in transition too, but each action comes at you fast in the half court, and they've got some guys that can put it on the floor, some guys that can shoot it. They've got 18 points here, 7 minutes into this one. Van Dyke gets the flat ball screen from Stevenson. Mount Mercy switches. They want to go inside to Stevenson, take advantage of that matchup. Couldn't get it to him, but he was fouled by Yamakowski. The Pioneers going to have a size advantage, especially with this group on the floor for Mount Mercy. There's no traditional bigs out there. I guess Whitman's 6'6", Yamakowski 6'4". But Stevenson going to have a bit of a size advantage. Bosch as well. Gerard checks back in. strategy. Zoom action to Van Dyke. Mount Mercy, that's one advantage of playing a lineup like this. They can just switch everything, every screen, every handoff, every exchange, and it caused some issues for the offensive team. It has so far. Buchanan lost it. Voss to Van Dyke. 3-ball from the corner. Branton knocks it down. Big shot at the end of the shot clock. Bail out the Pioneers. Van Dyke's first bucket back within 2. Drive and kick action, all alone for 3 from the wing, off the backboard from Deere, and rebounded by Bosch. He's fouled on the attempt. Whitman commits the foul, and there's one of the negatives of playing a small lineup is oftentimes it's going to lend itself to some foul trouble, and Pioneers are already in the bonus. 12-13 to go here in the first half. That's the 7th team foul on Mount Mercy. And Bosch will be at the line for a 1-and-1. Gets the first, chance to tie it with the second. One for 2 at the line. Three on the way from the slot, no good. Bosch there to clean it up. Van Dyke gonna push the tempo, throws it ahead to Voss. Ball moving around the perimeter. I think all 5 Pioneers touched it. It ends up in the hands of Elijah Voss, and he buries the triple, puts the Pioneers back on top by 2. 4 now for Voss. 3 on the way in response from Cameron Pearson, no good. Here's Van Dyke in transition. Gets all the way to the cup, hangs. Let's give him credit for a pass, and Buchanan there to clean it up. It looked like a shot attempt, but I actually think Branton Van Dyke passed that basketball to Joe Buchanan. Joe was heavily contested in traffic, but brought it down, and he's going to go back to the line for another 1-and-1. Malachi Bryant and Gary Clay back in for the Pioneers. Pioneers a little short-handed today. A couple of guys out. Notably, Brooks Langer, senior guard, not dressed out today, not in the building. I've been told it's not an injury, but an illness that's kind of running through the Pioneer group. So we got a sick couple of guys who are DNPs today. That time of the year. Buchanan now with 5. Pioneers lead up to 2 possessions. Full court press again after the made free throws. Pioneers like to do, and it pays dividends. Stolen away by Bryant at midcourt. Malachi gonna push, goes to Clay. On the deck, splits 2 defenders. He's fouled. Gary Clay gonna go right back to the free throw line, and you might hear that a lot for the remainder of this first half. 9 team fouls now on Mount Mercy, just about 9 minutes into the ballgame. Clay knocks down the first. Really 5 guys on this Pioneer team averaging double figures. Shane Stevenson was at 9.7 prior to his injury, but Langer averaging 10 a game, Gary Clay 11 a game, Bosch 11 a game, Malachi Bryant 11 a game, and Buchanan at 15, rounding up but just slightly, 10.8 and 14.7. 3 on the way from the corner, off the mark from Ward. Been impressed with Elijah Ward's offensive game in the first half, but couldn't get that one to go down. Transition 3-ball, Bryant knocks it down. Gary Clay the assist. Bryant knocks down a triple. He's got 8 points. Pioneers lead is 8. Timeout Mustangs. You're watching Pioneer Basketball on MNUsports.com. Mustang basketball coming out of the timeout. It's Ahmad Ingram handling the point guard duties now. Seen a lot of faces already in the first half from Mount Mercy. Bryant and Buchanan did a nice job switching out of a bad matchup. Malachi got stuck on a much bigger player inside, and they kind of emergency switched out of it. Ahmad Ingram able to get to the line, and he's fouled by Bryant.
Number 3, Malachi Bryant, as his second personal. 3rd team foul. Ahmad Ingram at the line, shooting 2.
Ingram misses the first, and Brenton Van Dyke will check right back in as Bryant picks up his second foul. Coach Hebb gonna try to protect him from getting 3 before the half, I would imagine. Ingram splits the pair. Buchanan to Clay, back to Bryant, and here comes Van Dyke, excuse me, that high step-up ball screen Pioneers like to run in transition. It's a strong take inside from Buchanan. He was hit. Yep, there's the foul. Okay. Buchanan was hit on the elbow, and he's going to go to the line for 2, but it'll be after we come back from the under 10 media timeout. It's a 27-19 lead for your Pioneers, just under 10 to go in the first half. You're watching Pioneer Basketball on MNUsports.com and MNU Sports on YouTube.
We are champions of the character.
So Joe Buchanan at the line for 2 shots. It was a shooting foul, but Pioneers are in the double bonus for the rest of the first half. Joe gets the first. And he got them both. There's actually a decent crowd on the student section side for an early tip-off on a Saturday where a Chiefs playoff game is starting here in about an hour. Now here's the Mount Mercy that I expect to see, where they're running that Princeton action, the chin action, which is that back screen in the slot, chased it into a ball screen that time, and Ahmad Ingram got downhill and finished. Coach Jennings' teams have been known for running almost exclusively that Princeton offense. Been more kind of motion ball screen today, and Joe Buchanan knocks down a triple. He's in double figures with 10 already. Have yourself a first half, young fella. The freshman, again, he's the Pioneers' leading scorer. Got to be in contention for Heart of America Freshman of the Year. I haven't seen everybody play yet, but I don't think a lot of freshmen are averaging 15 a game. Caberline picks up the foul. Efficiently as well, I might add. 44% from the floor, 40% from downtown this year, over 80 from the line for Joe. Inbounded on the sideline, trailing by 11 are the Mustangs. Here's that same ball screen action. Ingram working left to right. That's a nasty hesitation, but Gary Clay erased it from behind. Ahmad Ingram froze his primary defender with that little in and out hezo, but Gary Clay. Great defensive play and recovery. And he stripped it away that time. Back-to-back big plays from Clay on the defensive end. Here comes Buchanan. Not sure that pass was intended for Bosch, but it found him in the corner, and Bosch missed it, but there to clean it up, Caden Caberline with the offensive rebound and the putback. I think Buchanan was attempting to drop that pass off to a cutter right in the middle of the lane, but it went all the way to the corner. Pioneers made something out of it. And good defensive play that time. Bosch steals it away, puts it on the deck, goes coast to coast, had it stripped, but he's going to be whistled for an offensive foul. Not sure if he lowered the shoulder or maybe extended that off arm. But just the first personal on Bosch. 15th foul, and we're going to see a line change. Full hockey sub from Coach Jennings. 5 in, 5 out. Pioneers jump back into that 2-2-1 press. They have forced a turnover out of it. Malachi Bryant had a steal there at midcourt, but even if you don't, the benefit of that press is now Mount Mercy's starting their offense with under 20 on the shot clock as opposed to having to guard them for 30 seconds. Good hands inside. Caden Caberline stripped it away, and Van Dyke there to jump on it. Jump ball possession arrow is going to favor Mount Mercy, but still a nice defensive play, and the shot clock does not reset on the jump ball, so it's going to be 9 seconds on the shot clock for the Mustangs as they inbound baseline underneath. Spinning into the lane goes Ferreira, and he gets a tough shot to go off the glass. Julio Ferreira from Seville, Spain, out of Marshalltown Junior College. There's plenty of guys from the Iowa JUCO system on this roster. I think that's some international flavor too. Gary Clay to the rack off a pretty crossover. Just a smooth offensive game from Gary Clay. 3-level scorer, will knock it down from outside, puts it on the deck, can get all the way to the rim, has the pull-up jumper on the in-between game. A lot of tools in the toolbox, the senior from Chicago. There's another block shot for the Pioneers. There were a couple of Pioneers in the area. They're going to say Bosch got him on the head. So 2 fouls on Bosch now in the last couple of minutes, and he may take a seat as Shane Stevenson and Elijah Voss are set to check back in. And it will be Bosch and Caberline that take a seat. And a short bench for the Pioneers today. Langer, who plays a lot of minutes, out, but a couple other guys maybe don't play as regularly, also not here today. It's only 10 guys dressed out. Maybe a flu bug running through the locker room. Van Dyke goes inside Stevenson, size advantage. Shane goes up and over the top, and that ball rolls around and eventually goes down. Shane Stevenson's first bucket. Welcome back. The big fella out of Mankato, Minnesota. Good defensive possession so far. 10 to shoot it. And a pick and pop 3 from the top of the key rattles out. Oh, excuse me. Got a friendly roll. Did not hit softly on the back of the rim in the backboard, but found its way in. Stevenson's floater, no good. Van Dyke battling for the rebound, poked it once, twice. Eventually, Kyler Whitman secures it. Trailing by just 9 now. Lead back down in the single digits. Good hands. Isaiah Cole with the steal. Pioneers have numbers. Stevenson going to slow it down, and he's fouled. Going to go to the line for 2 to Shane Stevenson after a great defensive play from Isaiah Cole. And I've said it, haven't done as many games this year as I'd like to do, but probably every time I've done one, I think Isaiah Cole is the best on-ball defender on this team. really high-level athlete. But makes great defensive plays. Did so just then. Van Dyke and Bryant swap in and out once more. Pretty much splitting the point guard duties 50-50 at this point. Cole gets through the screen, fake the dribble handoff, and all the way to the rim went Yamakowski, but Shane Stevenson stole it away from behind. Pioneers want to push. Bryant, Euro step to the cup, missed the floater. Mount Mercy off and running the other way. Spinning into the lane, drive and kick. And no bigs on the floor for Mount Mercy. Little drop-off pass inside, and it's blocked again by Shane Stevenson. And Cole pokes it away from behind, so getting his hands on a lot of basketballs. And there comes Van Dyke right back in for Bryant. Again, Coach Hepp just trying to keep Kai from picking up that third foul before the half, if possible. A little offense-defense sub, but we get a timeout on the floor. With 5 minutes to go in the first half, it's your Pioneers 40, Mustangs 27.
High fly ball, deep to left field. Gone! Victor Sanchez Ramos wins it for the Pirates.
You have got to be kidding me with this guy. Sends Park to Nationals.
Top of the screen, a little bit of a head start. Now throw over the middle, man wide open. And off to the races are the Pioneers. And nobody's going to catch him. 10-5, touchdown Pioneers. Quick strike offense. Able to come up with a huge chunk of yards.
There on the right wing for the Cumberlands. A bicycle kick. Cornish! What a start for the Statesman! The best goal I have ever seen on the Dross field, and it's in the biggest game I've ever watched on the Dross field.
Mount Mercy basketball coming out of the timeout, under 5 to go in the first half. Ward puts it on the deck. It's poked away again. Man, there have been deflections on every trip on this end of the floor for the last few minutes. Time, call it a shot clock violation. Active hands from the Pioneer defense. Little cross screen set, looking to go inside to Stevenson. Gets a deep post catch. Patient goes up and over with the left-handed jump hook. Nice move inside from Stevenson. He's got 6 points now. Pioneers taking advantage of that size matchup. 3 ball on the way is knocked down by Elijah Ward. First bucket of the game, but has had an impact offensively. Stevenson keeps the dribble alive, goes to the right-handed jump hook this time. Showing off the versatility, scoring with both hands in the paint. 8 first half points for Stevenson. In his first game back from a broken hand where he had surgery and sat for about a month, maybe even a bit longer. That's a tough follow-away jumper that goes down from Miles Deere. Highly contested by Van Dyke. That's a shot you live with as a defensive coach. Highly contested pull-up 2. Van Dyke probing. Now Stevenson to Clay. Gary Clay takes a 3 off the dribble handoff, and he knocks it down. Smooth operator, Gary Clay. 7 points now in the first half. 15-point lead for the Pioneers. Drive and kick, 3 on the way, off the mark. Rebound deflected eventually into the hands of Voss. Stevenson back to Clay, all alone, 3-ball, corner pocket. Back-to-back triples for Gary Clay. Double figure first half now, he's got 10. 18-point lead now for the Pioneers, who trailed, I don't know, 13-11, 15-13, and have gone on a tear since then. On pace for 100, but they've gotten much more active on the defensive end as well. Miles Deere, another tough basket inside, and Pioneers going to take a timeout. Oh, excuse me. Whistled for a offensive foul was Isaiah Cole. I didn't see that one. Was taking a look at the Pioneer bench when didn't see the exchange there, but Cole whistled for the foul, his first. 2.5 to play first half. 17 fouls on the Pioneers, so both teams in the bonus now. Double-digit team fouls for some time now on the Mustangs. As Miles Deere just lost it out of bounds. Visibly frustrated. Van Dyke directing traffic. It's empty side pick and roll, and refusing it is Gary Clay to the rim. He's fouled. Not for a second we were going to let that go, but they did not. Gary Clay with a nice strong take. Rip and go to the left hand. That was totally emptied out. It was isolated side ball screen. Anytime you can refuse that and get to the rim, that's a good play. Gets the free throw to go down. 12 points for Clay, lead back to 18. A transfer from Shorter University, NCAA Division II school last year, where he was the leading scorer on that club. Good defense, poked away by Caberline. Van Dyke in transition, drops one off for Clay, who throws it down. What a pass from Branton Van Dyke, and Gary Clay putting on a show here in the first half. I hadn't seen the above the rim part of Gary Clay's game until just now, but throwing one down with two hands in transition. Let's go ahead and call that one the Olathe Eye Care Good Vision play of the game. Give Caberline credit for starting it with the good hands defensively. And Van Dyke with the excellent find in transition. Here's the replay, and Clay up and over the top for the two-handed slam. A little extra exclamation point on it. So Ahmad Ingram's at the line, missed the front end. Got the second. Pioneers going to go back to Clay on that left wing, isolated ball screen, a little continuity action. Now it's Van Dyke to Joe Buchanan. Joe going to reset, get into that split action. Caberline. Van Dyke back to Clay. Another three, and he's got another one. Are you kidding me? Gary Clay is on fire here in the first half. He's got 17 first half points and has scored like 5 straight possessions. Gets his hand on the ball now defensively. (57-35) your score here in the first half. An offensive explosion from the Pioneers. And the debate's going to be who the foul is on. They're going to call it on Van Dyke. Okay. I thought for a moment they might call Clay for the reach in, but Gary got basketball, I think, and just got the feet tangled up with Van Dyke, so he picks up his second. So both point guards for the Pioneers now with 2 personals. Cole grabs the rebound on the missed 1-and-1, and Pioneers can hold for the final shot of the half as the shot clock is off. And Coach Hepp going to take the 30-second timeout, talk things over about how they want this final possession to look. 57-35, Pioneers lead it, 25 seconds to go in the first half here in the Cook Center. It's Van Dyke bringing it across midcourt. Going to hold for the final shot of the first half. I think they would maybe go to Clay, who's been on fire the last few minutes. Instead, they're going to go to Buchanan, high post. Fadeaway jumper from the elbow. No good, and battling for the rebound. Clay's going to be whistled for the loose ball foul, his second, and that should send Mount Mercy to the line. It will. Second personal on Clay, and 10th team foul. Coach Hepker using that as a teachable moment. As phenomenal as Clay has been in the first half, he's telling his bench guys, got to understand time and score. There's 4 seconds left in the half. You pick up another personal foul, but also send Mount Mercy to the line where they can score with the clock off, as opposed to taking 4 dribbles and casting up a deep 3 to end the half. So situational basketball stuff there that young team is learning. The made free throws. Pioneers shot out of a cannon. They get it to Buchanan. He got it off, so good execution after the free throws, but came up short on the 3 ball from Joe. It's going to be a 20-point lead at the break, though. We'll be back in 15 minutes, bring you stats from the first half.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we'd like to recognize our fall 2024 student athlete accolades. First, starting with cross country. Please welcome to the court our women's cross country NAIA scholar athletes, Cassandra Reyes and Sage Adam. And for the men's cross country NAIA scholar athletes, Tyler Swearingen and Ken Morgan II. Next, we'd like to recognize our volleyball individual awards. NAIA scholar athletes, Tamlin Rubel, Alex Boykin, Janae Rossetti, and Alex Clemens. Third team all-conference right side hitter, Avery Lowe. Third team all-conference libero, Emily Mathis. Second team all-conference middle blocker, Mia Olson. Second team all-conference left side hitter, Isabella Munari. First team all-conference Hart Conference Setter of the Year, Hart Conference Player of the Year, first team ABCA Midwest All-Region, second team NAIA, and ABCA All-America, Katrina Davis. Congratulations to each of these teams on their excellence in academics, in the classroom, and in competition. Next, we would like to welcome women's soccer. NAIA scholar athletes, Gianna McGuire, Michaela Kiefer, Audrey Cheney, Emily Balsar, and and Sydney Greer. 13, all-conference defender and NAIA scholar athlete, Anke Unde. 13, all-conference midfielder and NAIA scholar athlete, Alyssa Ward. Second team, all-conference midfielder and NAIA scholar athlete, Bella Leon. Second team, all-conference forward and NAIA scholar athlete, Emily Carrasco. First team, all-conference defender and NAIA scholar athlete, Ilya Lindstrom. First team, all-conference, Hart Newcomer of the Year, and second team, NAIA All-America midfielder, Tadatesh Shara. I'm sorry. Please welcome the MNU women's soccer team to the court. They won their first ever Hart Conference Tournament Championship and went on to the NAIA playoffs, winning their match versus the 7th-ranked Oklahoma Wesleyan to secure a spot at the final site in Florida. The ladies. Next, we'd like to recognize men's soccer. NAIA scholar athletes, Elias Iluz, Tobias Sterl, Jackson Slavin, Quentin Nutt, Jefferson McCombs, Brian Guzman, Caden Francis, and Tom Cartier. Second team, all-conference midfielder, Antonio Mujica. Second team, all-conference defender, Nacho Nunez. First team, all-conference, and third team, NAIA All-America forward, Rick Ovinga. Now let's please welcome the MNU men's soccer team to the court. They made a late season run and finished ranked 8th in the nation. Congratulations on another great season. Finally, we welcome our football team. NAIA scholar athlete, Silas Templeton, Drew Miller, Blake Schrader, Zach Martinez, Matthew Georgie, and Garrett Davidson. Honorable mention, all-conference defensive back, Kid Dickerson. Honorable mention, all-conference defensive back, Elias Carson. Honorable mention, all-conference and freshman of the year, wide receiver, Ian Carter. Second team, all-conference offensive lineman and long snapper, Blaine Blevins. Second team, all-conference linebacker, Lance Jones. Second team, all-conference defensive line, Zywan White. Second team, all-conference defensive line, Calvin Broussard. Second team, all-conference First team all-conference linebacker, John Brown. First team all-conference and NAIA third team All-America offensive lineman, Justin Miller. First team all-conference wide receiver, E.J. Rogers. First team all-conference running back and second team all-conference
It is Pioneer basketball to start things off here in the second half with a 20-point lead after a 57-37 half number one. Same starting lineup out there for the Pioneers. Little dribble handoff action, page action almost to get Gary Clay a clean look coming out of the break after he exploded to end the first half. It was a nice set, a little back screen into the DHO. Got a good look from downtown, just rattles out. Mustangs back into their kind of 5-out motion, 4-out, 1-in, ball screen motion. And Caden Johnson attacking on the baseline is fouled, going to go to the line. Fouled by Caden Caberline, his second. Joins a slew of other Pioneers with 2 fouls. I don't think anyone on either team has 3 personals, though. And Johnson's free throw up and good. Pioneers going back to that continuity ball screen look, starting with the pro cut. They've gone to Gary Clay on that left wing over and over on the pro cut, chasing into that empty side pick and roll, and if he doesn't have one you like right away, you just swing it and get into a second one. There's the empty side pick and roll to Isaiah Cole, and Cole went reverse with the left hand and couldn't finish. Had an opening on the roll initially. 3 off the back rim, and bodies hit the floor, and one has stayed down for a while. Bryant goes to Clay, who's all alone, and just lays it in. Sloppy possession, but ends up with an easy 2 for the Pioneers. I think that's Caden Johnson that went down and has been grabbing at his eye. Looks like he's okay. Working around the perimeter do the Mustangs. Back to Johnson now. Pioneers switch. Isaiah Cole onto him. Pull up 3 off the bounce, left it way short. Here comes Malachi Bryant. Bryant penetrates, pitches. Isaiah Cole 3-ball from the corner, and he knocks it down. Cole's first bucket here tonight. Comes by way of corner 3 off the assist from Malachi Bryant. Pull up 2 goes down for Elijah Ward. Zoom action right side, back to Cole, trying to turn the corner, penetrates and pitch. Pioneers going to reset. Caberline attacks from that elbow spot and lost it. I think a Mustang got a hand on it on the way up. Ward goes back to that pull-up jumper. He got a smooth-looking pull-up game. Only knocked down a couple of shots, but he's gotten to his spots. Clay hesitates, blows by, and gets it to go off the glass. Clay and Coach Hepp exchanging some words going back to the defensive end. I'm not sure if they're talking about a defensive assignment or the miscommunication was there, but they're going to come chat about it real quick. As Van Dyke and Bosch enter the ball game. And Malachi Bryant will also take a breather. Cole fights over the top of the ball screen. Backdoor cut out of the corner and the easy layup for Miles Deere. That's just a staple of that Princeton offense we talked about earlier. That first cut from the wing goes backdoor, and then the guy lifting out of the corner follows it with a second backdoor cut. That time it was Deere. Lays it in. Great cut of his own goes Isaiah Cole. Kicks to Buchanan, and Joe's 3 just wide. Bosch was fighting for the rebound. Eventually it goes to Miles Deere. Snakes his way into the lane and resets. 5-out dribble drive again. Rolling to the rim. And a wild scoop shot from Hans Bergman, who scored like the first 10 Mount Mercy points. I don't believe he scored since. Pioneers will inbound at baseline underneath. Van Dyke to inbound. Zoom action into a cross screen for Buchanan. Joe catches it in the paint. puts it on the floor, spins baseline side, and just gets a turnaround jumper off, but not in. And Cole chases it in the backcourt. Isaiah picks up a personal. His second. 2 team fouls now on the Pioneers. None on Mount Mercy in the second half. Just 4 minutes in, but that's a drastic change from half number 1, where the Pioneers were in the double bonus about 9 minutes in. Corner 3 on the way, knocked down by Elijah Ward. A smooth offensive game from Ward. Hasn't shot a great percentage this year, but looks more than capable and shoots it confidently. Cole turns the corner, got a Mustang off his feet, and it almost looked like the foot of Ward is what poked that basketball away. But then Bosch strips it away. Maybe give him a block, maybe a steal. I don't know, but then that one, no doubt about it, a steal by Miles Deere. Helter-skelter plays in the backcourt. Hans Bergman going to go to the line after the and one. Deere got a steal 90 feet from the cup and gets the assist to Bergman. Uncharacteristic, sloppy couple of possessions there that never even made it to the timeline. And Bergman's free throw no good. Bosch pulls it down and pushes himself. Caberline from that pinch post gets it back to Clay on the twist action. Clay puts it on the floor, spins, resets. Bryant saves it from going back court. Now it's Caberline to Bosch. Late shot clock, has to put up a contested 3. Got it off in time, but empty possession, and Mustangs will take over. Pioneers want to talk things over. 5 minutes into the second half, it's a 64-47 lead. Pioneers, you're watching Mid-America Basketball on MNUsports.com and MNU Sports on YouTube. Mustang basketball after the timeout. It's Miles Deere bringing it across midcourt. Guarded by Bryant up top. Gonna be a quick duck in, looking for Hamburg inside. Bosch blew it up. Defense from Girard. Late clock now. Ball never got inside of 15 feet. Deere throws it off the backboard. Could have been a shot clock violation. Pioneers already had possession. Bryant, coast to coast, had it blocked inside. Good play by Kyler Whitman, I believe, on the blocked shot. Back the other way goes Hamburg, and he's got another and one. Excuse me, Hans Bergman. Bergman gets the bucket and the bonus free throw, as he's done once already in the second half. He leads the Mustangs in scoring with 14. And Shane Stevenson will enter for the Pioneers. And he gets the bonus free throw to go down. So 15 now for Bergman. Here's that pro cut looking for Gary Clay, or got it to him. Ribson goes baseline, this time from the right wing. We've seen it over and over on the left wing. Flip sides of the court this time. Get that little ISO to the rim. Nice shot fake and lays it in. 23 points now in the ballgame for Gary Clay. Mustangs answer with a triple from Aiden Yamakowski. Cannon thought about a quick three in transition. Wisely turned it down, going to run some offense. Get it back to the hot hand. Clay, empty side ball screen, going to keep it moving this time. I'll go right back to him, trying to get a post touch for Stevenson. They do. And misses the jump hook badly. Here come the Mustangs 4-on-3. Nice pass inside from Miles Deere. Bergman tacks on two more. And a turnover in the backcourt. Miscommunication on the inbounds. In what was a 20-point game not long ago is now just 11. Chance to make it single digits. Do the Mustang. We'll take a 30-second timeout.
Welcome to the Heart of America Athletic Conference, where innovation meets tradition. Here, growth is not just measured in victories, but in the development of character and sportsmanship. Our student athletes compete at a championship level, pushing their limits every day. The Heart is committed to an uncommon student athlete experience that features some of the premier athletic programs in the NAIA. Our commitment to excellence goes beyond athletics, establishing a community of support and mentorship. But what truly sets us apart is the heart with which we play. Join us and experience the passion, the drive, and the spirit of champions. That passion and commitment extends off the playing field and into graduation. The Heart of America Athletic Conference, champions in competition, leaders in life.
Deere will inbound it baseline underneath. It's 1-4 flat across the 15-foot line. Multiple guys curling to the rim. One Pioneer goes down. And eventually Kyler Whitman catches on the block and he's fouled. Boss is going to commit the personal. Just back-to-back curl cuts off that 1-4 high. And one of the Pioneers got tangled up, hit the deck, and Whitman the beneficiary. Game was close to getting out of hand, and all of a sudden it's a single-digit ball game. 9-point lead with 13 minutes to play. Malachi Bryant running the show, gets it to Clay up top. Clay gets a ball screen from Stevenson. Gonna twist it, gets a second screen. Clay, drive and kick, nice pass inside. Stevenson, shot fake, got the defender off his feet. Beautiful two-man game from Clay and Stevenson that time. Didn't get an advantage off the first ball screen, flipped it, reset it. Clay got downhill, drew two, dropped it off to the big man, roll into the bucket. Just well-executed offense that time. Stevenson knocks down the first free throw. Shane gets them both to go. So double figures now in the first game back from injury for Stevenson. You see Isaiah Cole check back in at the next dead ball. Pioneers had a stretch in that first half where they were excellent defensively. Need to channel that here again as Mount Mercy has found a rhythm on the offensive end, and there's another easy bucket. Hans Bergman all alone rolling to the rim. He's got 19 points now. Stevenson gets a switch, going to go into the post. Double team comes late. Stevenson goes up and over. A high hands jumper misses off the back rim. Backdoor cut again. Into the lane goes Ferreira, and he's fouled. Bryant whistled for the foul. I think Ferreira may have embellished that one a bit. Not that there was no contact there, but there was a drastic change in body's response from Ferreira, but he's earned himself a trip to the line. That is the third foul on Bryant, so something to keep an eye on. 12 minutes to play still. And splits the pair of free throws with the legendary Ryan Robinson over there in that corner whooping away. Causes all kinds of chaos at the free throw line. Secondary break from the Pioneers. Comes into that step-up screen. Going to get a second one, a little Spain action. Screen the screener, back screen after the ball screen. Flipped back to Bryant for three. Dead straight, just off the back rim. And back into the more traditional Princeton stuff now from Mount Mercy, going to the point series. Handed it off back to Deere. Deere drops off on the roll to the basket and up and in for Kyler Whitman. A freshman, Kyler Whitman, having a nice game, 9 points now as Gerard Bosch finishes at the rim and should have gone to the line for one more. He's certainly debating that point. Goes through the contact and scores. Bosch with just 3 now. Coming off the bench because of an injury, missed a few games. No noticeable limp though. He almost looks like he's moving like himself again. Bryant in transition. Great take from Malachi Bryant. That's a strong move. Didn't try to avoid the contact, went right into the body of his defender. Playing off 2 feet, strong take off the glass. Bryant in double figures with 10. Pioneers lead back up to 10. And Bergman is going to draw the foul on Bosch. Strong backdoor cut. Bosch just held him up. We'll see Joe Buchanan back into the game. In the opposite of half one, where Mount Mercy is going to be in the bonus for the final 10 minutes of the ball game, whereas Pioneers were in the bonus at this stage of the first half. Long ways to go to match that now, as Mount Mercy's committed just 1 team foul 9.5 minutes into the second half. Rebound pull down by Isaiah Cole. Bryant refuses that ball screen, drives baseline. He's fouled. Would have been an easy layup for Elijah Voss had the foul not been committed on the floor.
That's his third. Second team foul.
It's the third personal on Julio Ferreira. Zoom action out of the baseline, out of bounds. Cole drives baseline, double team comes, kicks. Bryant, 3 ball, knocks it down. Malachi Bryant, 13 points now, another big bucket. Extending that Pioneer lead back to 12. Caberline now out top guarding Cameron Pearson. Around the perimeter to Ward. Late shot clock again. It's going to be Deere off the bounce. Good defense. Isaiah Cole stripped it away. 1 on the shot clock, and he blocked it again. And Pioneers are going to be stripped of what would have been an easy bucket the other way due to a shot clock violation, but that's one of those you can live with. Excellent defensive plays, multiple efforts that time, come up with the stop. Momentum starting to shift back in the favor of Pioneer basketball after the under 10 timeout. Bryant hands it off to Buchanan. Comes offense triggered out of that high post spot. Looking for Cole on a lob. Instead, it's a dribble handoff to Buchanan. Well executed play. Three ball didn't go down, but Caden Caberline rips down the O board. He's going to go to the line for two. Second effort from Caberline that time. It's beautiful offense from the Pioneers. They run a lot of different actions out of that high post catch. Trust their bigs to make good decisions. He did just that. That back screen DHO, so tough to guard. Caberline has played so well. He has struggled from the free throw line this season. Shoots at 50% almost from the floor. And climbing toward that mark at the line. Splits the pair 1 for 2. Oh, mercy again. They play with quick pace even in the half court. Everything comes at you fast. Scissor action from the top of the key. Refusing to use any type of screen. Driving baseline went Caden Schroeder. Missed everything. Buchanan, three ball, top of the key, and he knocks it down. Why not? Let's call it bonfire night. For the British bomber, the Manchester maniac, Joe Buchanan supplying the fireworks. Remember the 5th of November. That's for you, Jay Smooth, Jordan Whelan. Of course, Mount Mercy answers with a 3 of their own. Schroeder knocks down a triple. Pioneers lead it by 13. 8.5 minutes to play here in the second half. Pioneers 79, Mount Mercy 66. You're watching Pioneer Basketball on MNUsports.com and MNU Sports on YouTube. Cole inbounds it to Bryant. 8.5 to play. Mount Mercy sticking around after what looked like it could have been a blowout. Mustangs have found some life. 13-point lead, Pioneers. Buchanan puts it on the deck all the way to the rim. Got 2 Mustangs off their feet. Skip pass. Cole all alone. 3-ball, corner pocket. Isaiah Cole, 2 threes here in the second half off the assist from Buchanan. That is a welcome sight. Isaiah Cole, a capable shooter, hasn't shot it well from downtown. He gets that part of his game going. Look out. Pioneers come up with another stop. And we'll see Gary Clay check back in. Offense from the top of the key. Caberline directing traffic. Zoom action. An empty side pick and roll for Clay. Clay goes baseline. Back to Caberline, middle of the lane. Caden, turnaround jumper, he's fouled. It's going to be on Aiden Yamakowski, who's given up a couple of inches of size there to Caberline. Caberline, nothing but that on the first of 2. he got them both. Leads inching back out towards 20. Pioneers jump in the full court press as they do so often after free throws. Mustangs able to break it this time, no problem. But a shortened shot clock to work with. Wild shot into the lane, missed by Yamakowski. Caberline tracks it down. Pioneers continuing to run. Skip Buchanan saved that one from going out of bounds. Clay into the paint, shot fakes, goes up and over and just missed the floater. Got into his spot, did Gary Clay, just couldn't finish that one. Looking for his 24th and 25th points. Steal from Caberline. Here come the Pioneers in transition. Buchanan to Clay, and I thought some contact, no whistle. He taps it back to Malachi Bryant, snakes his way into the lane, and missed another one in the paint. So 2 or 3 shots at the rim now for the Pioneers that didn't go down. Coach Hepker thinking maybe they should be at the free throw line. There was some contact certainly on maybe multiple of those attempts. Can't help but wonder in the back of your mind. The Chiefs do kick off a playoff game here shortly. Let's wrap this one up, fellas. 6 minutes to go. Pioneers stay in the token 2-2-1, although have forced a couple of turnovers out of it. And Clay whistled for the foul. It's going to send Yamakowski, I believe, back to the free throw line. It is. 3rd on Gary, 8th team foul on the Pioneers. Isaiah Cole rebounds the missed free throw, and here comes Bryant. Gets a set call from Coach Hepker. Staggered double out of the corner. It's going to be actually a single for Buchanan. Highly contested catch. Great job by Caden Caberline to win the catch. Saves what would have been a turnover. Scissor action. Buchanan going downhill to the rim. Foul. Bit of a late whistle, but it's the right call. Kyler Whitman whistled for the foul, and Joe Buchanan going to head to the line for 2.
That's his 3rd personal. 5th team foul. Joe Buchanan at the line shooting 2.
Joe off the mark on the front end and voices his displeasure. Gets the second. Bosch gonna enter. Cole will take a seat. Stevenson also checking back in. Nice shot fake by Yamakowski that time. Pioneers bid on it. He got all the way to the rim, missed it. Second chance opportunity also doesn't go. But right there at the rim. Clay in response. Transition 3, too strong. Gerard Bosch fighting for the rebound, and he's got it. Went down hard, frustrated. There was nothing dirty there. Just bodies pursuing the basketball, and Bosch took the worst of it, but everybody's all right. Bosch going to... No, he's not going to go to the line. That's the 6th team foul on Mount Mercy, so bonus free throws ensuing on the next whistle.
Foul number 23, Yamakowski. That's his 4th, 6th team foul.
Bosch on the inbounds. 3 ball. Doesn't go down. Here comes Miles Deere in transition. Flips it back to Yamakowski. His 3 from the right wing. No good. Clay, the rebound. Going to take it coast to coast himself. Now resets. Now Ball goes inside to Stevenson. Double team comes. Shane saw it, recovers. Little step up screen. It's Clay working one-on-one with Deere. Pretty offensive foul. Was it off the ball? It was. Okay, I don't think Gary Clay committed an offensive foul. He didn't. They're going to call Stevenson rolling through the defender. His first. Timeout on the floor. It's a Pioneer 85-66 lead over visiting Mount Mercy Mustangs. Under 5 minutes to play.
Welcome to the Heart of America Athletic Conference, where innovation meets tradition. Here, growth is not just measured in victories, but in the development of character and sportsmanship. Our student athletes compete at a championship level, pushing their limits every day. The Heart is committed to an uncommon student athlete experience that features some of the premier athletic programs in the NAIA. Our commitment to excellence goes beyond athletics, establishing a community of support and mentorship. But what truly sets us apart is the heart with which we play. Join us and experience the passion, the drive, and the spirit of champions. That passion and commitment extends off the playing field and into graduation. The Heart of America Athletic Conference, champions in competition, leaders in life.
Under 5 to play. It's a 19-point lead for the home team. The Pioneers in a battle in the middle of the Heart of America Conference standings. There are a bunch of teams right around 500, separated maybe by a game. Pioneers amongst those group teams had a big win over Central Methodist to stay in the hunt the other night. Need to tack on one more here today. As it's everybody looking up at the Baker Wildcats. I think they're undefeated in league play. Top 10 ranked nationally for the first time in program history. So congratulations, Coach Dooley and his group. But everybody else in a battle right behind them. Pioneers certainly in the mix. There's that continuity ball screen look. Van Dyke refuses the screen. Kicks back to Bosch. Now Bosch back to Van Dyke. It's out of bounds. Just mishandled the pass. Right idea. Drew 2 was looking for Van Dyke in the corner and just lost it. It's a good hard show that time from Stevenson. Pioneers don't blitz ball screens often, but did a nice job that time, the hard hedge. And Stevenson gave up the O board but stayed vertical, forced the miss, and comes down with it. So good recovery from Shane Stevenson. Voss kicks. Stevenson takes a 3-ball from the top of the key, left it short. Voss tracks down the O board. Hustle plays from Elijah Voss. Van Dyke's pass was deflected, but Bosch, right place, right time, and Gerard Bosch puts it up and in. We're going to see Garrett Redwine check into the ballgame for the Pioneers. Redwine, a familiar name to Mid-American Nazarene Athletics. Certainly old head football coach. Had a lot of success with Pioneers with the Redwine name.
Taking it to Pioneers number 5, Garrett Redwine.
3 minutes to play, a 21-point lead, and what's a short bench today is going to be emptied, I believe, for the Pioneers here in the next possession or two. Van Dyke probing, goes to Stevenson, nice spin on the baseline and the wraparound. Gets the reverse layup to go, pretty move inside from Shane. His 11th and 12th points of the game. And a Tough drive in response from Schroeder. He's got the and one, going to go to the line for one more. Fouls on Stevenson.
A foul by Shane Stevenson. That's his second personal, 10th team foul.
Van Dyke brings it across the timeline, 2.5 to go. Empty side pick and roll, Voss. Pick and pop for Bosch. He drives baseline, fouled on the left-handed floater, going to go to the line.
Osman 31 on this Bergman. That's his fourth personal, 8th team foul. Gerard Bosch at the line will be shooting 2.
Bosch gets the first. And splits the pair, but Van Dyke in amongst the trees pulls down the offensive rebound on the missed free throw. The right-handed jump hook from Bosch. Again, he's a lefty, but goes both ways. Just too strong. Driving kick action this time. Mount Mercy turning down the chances at the rim as it's going to take a miracle in some threes, and there is one from Schroeder. He's got 9 points now. Redwine swings it up top to Stevenson. Double comes back to Redwine. Shot fakes. Sidestep. 3 on the way, just off the mark, and another O board from Elijah Voss. Dropped off inside. Stevenson baseline run. Missed the bunny. Man, a lot of those inside. There's another O board from Redwine. Kicks. 3 on the way from Van Dyke. Too strong. How many chances are the Pioneers going to get on this possession? That 5, maybe 6 offensive rebounds? Eventually, Gerard Bosch puts it up and in. The guy's playing hard all the way through. Just a minute to go in a 20-point game. There's another 3 for the Mustangs. This one by Kyler Whitman. He's in double figures with 12. A solid game from the freshman. Here's staying in that empty side ball screen look. Pick and pop. Bosch, 3-ball, knocks it down. And just like that, Gerard Bosch is in double figures with 11 after few buckets here late. Pioneers with 95. We told you this one was going to be high scoring. Offensive rebound and putback for Hans Bergman as he adds to his team high with 20. That should be your final score. The shot clock is off. Pioneers going to win another Heart of America Conference game. 95-77 after 23 big points from Gary Clay led all scores. Pioneers move to 8-7 in league play. Appreciate you tuning in. You are watching Pioneer basketball on MNUsports.com and MNU Sports on YouTube. Go Chiefs.